Okay, so the first book of Rambam's Mishnah Torah is Sefer Hamada, and the first chapter of this book is Yesodei Torah, the foundations of the Torah. And the first verse of this chapter is saying that the foundation of all foundations and the pillar of wisdom is to know that there is a primary being who brought into being all existence. All the beings of heaven, the earth, and what is between them came into existence only from the truth of his being. So let's talk about this a little bit. Really what this encapsulates is Aristotle's ontological argument. That this argument essentially says that we see all things in the universe have a cause, and it couldn't be that the causes go back into infinity, that one thing causes another going back infinitely. That's turtles all the way down, as people sometimes say. Really, a schema like this does not make sense. What makes more sense to say is that there exists, as Maimonides has said, a primary being who is distinct from everything else, and that he simply exists. Perhaps it can be said that he is the cause of his own existence, or you could say he simply exists without any external cause. And this characteristic gives rise to certain other implications about him. That there does not exist in him any sort of potentiality. God cannot be said to have the potential to at one point change, or to say that he in the past changed. Rather, his existence is absolute, and as such it is perfect and complete and not capable of any change. And it is in this manner that God is said to be holy. The word holy in Hebrew comes from the Hebrew word kadosh, and the Hebrew word kadosh implies separateness. Like you will say kadosh or kadesh, my kadesh, in other contexts to express separateness or separating. The idea is that he is separate from everything else in existence because of this distinct characteristic of eternally existing without any external cause, whereas all other things have a cause and are created, namely by him. So this is the general idea of the chapter. I encourage you to read it yourself. Maimonides will give you some more deeper explanations and things to think about, but I just want to talk about it outside. Maimonides is beginning Mishnah Torah with this because, as he says, this is the pillar of wisdom, and with wisdom and truth, the way we learn is to establish things in truth and then make inferences based on those established truths. So it's important to have correct axioms when making inferences, because without correct axioms, you will not have correct inferences, and this is the most essential axiom of all existence, and all things relate to it. For some more elucidation on axioms, propositions, and inference, I encourage you to see Euclid's Elements, in which he is applying these logical processes to the science of geometry.